From beautiful North Hollywood, California, it's Flashback Tonight, starring Delius. Tonight, from the longest-running #1 soap, The Young and the Restless, Tracey Bregman is here.
She's been on the #1 soap for over 25 years, and right now she's here. Put your hands together for Tracey Bregman. Thank you very much. Wow. Well, that Tracey Bregman. A little scared?
Okay. I'm not used to having music with me.
It tends to do that. He overplays.
Having the band with me, I like it. Hi guys.
He overplays. Today's his last day. He doesn't know that yet, though.
Oh, because he scared me.
Exactly.
So I have another embarrassing thing to say to you.
What's that?
So I have like a reading comprehension, like random dyslexia, little ADD. You know, it's all like a nice little cocktail.
Uh-huh.
So I've been going around saying, yeah, I'm doing the delicious.
You wouldn't be the first, Tracey.
I'm like, I thought I knew your name. I've been calling you Delicious since we did Home and Family together.
You know what? That's what happened to me growing up. This is why my middle name is Tim, and all my old friends know me as Tim. And when I tell them my name is Delius, they're like, "Is that a stage name?" I'm like, "No, because I'm a military brat. We moved every 2 years, and being the new kid in class, when it's like Ricky here, Ronnie here."
You go
Delicious. Here. Just call me Tim.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
So you wouldn't be the
I'm
first.
sorry, but I actually like it. I think you should maybe work with that.
Well, you can call me Delicious.
I'll call you Delicious.
I was going to say Lauren. No.
You know what? The good news is I answered anything,
Okay, cool.
including Hey You.
Hey, you. All right, Tracey, you have been on the #1 soap for over like 25 years. It's amazing. Can you believe that? #1.
Thank you for shaving some of the years off. I appreciate that.
Well, it's longer, huh? It's
It is longer,
What?
but we'll go with 25.
25? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this soap, I mean, soaps have come and gone. You've seen big shows like All My Children that, you know, been on forever that have gone by the wayside, but CBS dare not get rid of Young and the Restless.
Oh, no, and they're not.
And
Let me
they're
tell
not.
you something. Our writers, the head writers, Sally Sussman Marina, has come back. She used to write with Bill Bell, as did Kay Alden, who's back. So Y&R is about to get even better.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What do you think it is that keeps you guys around when everybody else has gone to the wayside?
We're multi-generational in that if people come up to me and say, I've watched the show like you, you know, it's because of your mom, your grandma, your aunt, or somebody from your family has gotten you into the show.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that Y&R does is they will plant a seed for a storyline that they won't reveal for like 20 years. You know,
Right. We're good like that.
Well, yeah, something like what Trisha Cass, who played Nina on there, had a
Right.
baby, like 1989 or whatever, and in like 1998 or something, that baby came back, and we had to think, she did have a baby that was stolen from her by Sally. You know, or the whole Jill and Kay thing.
Well, then you've got the SORAS, which means that a 5-year-old goes upstairs and comes down 25 and hot, right?
I was going to ask you about that later, but you brought that up.
Right. I'm sorry. Did I steal it from
No,
you?
no, it's cool. Only
Right.
on Y&R can a 10-year-old go upstairs and come back down a year later, or no, a week later,
Right.
as a 25-yever-old.
Well,
with
it
different hair
happened to
color.
me, actually. I mean, we had this
Scotty?
cute little, no, it wasn't Scotty, it's Ben.
Finn.
Ben, I've never had a faster childhood, like whiz by me. The kid was 7, and then they hired a 20-year-old. I'm like, really? 20? Did it have to be 20? You know,
And we just have to that's just how it happens. That happens.
it happens.
Can I ask
like
you a
that.
personal question, though?
Maybe.
How is it that you get hotter and hotter as the time passes by? She gets hotter
loving
and
this.
hotter. And 25 years, like, you know, some people start out on a soap opera looking like Sofia Vergara, and then they come back, you know, a couple of years later, and they look like the old lady in the Titanic or something like that. You know, what? Is that me? On Y&R,
Yeah.
speaking of all that stuff,
Yeah.
it seems like everybody has dated everybody.
That's
it's like,
just behind the scenes.
Tell us some more. Who are there
Wouldn't
any?
you like to know?
I would. Are there any
I've been there a long time and the walls are thin. I'm kidding. You guys go in the gutter. Come on.
She is so not kidding. You've been in your dressing room and you've heard some thin stuff through the thin walls. So
Very
anybody?
possibly. Very possibly.
She's not giving it up. We're never going to find out. But I have my guesses. Because Josh Morrow, well, he's married though, so no.
No.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, he's married.
Who's single on that show?
With like 4 or 5 children.
Does he really?
Very prolific.
I used to play basketball with Josh Morrow back in a long
Did
time
you?
ago.
It's
Yeah, I
very
didn't see him a
good.
long time. But who's single on that show? We can figure it out.
Well, me. Let's see. It could just be me and Sharon Kate. Wait a minute. Are there any single guys? No, I'm trying to think. I don't think there are. Is that funny?
Okay, well, there we have it.
All right, so that's not as exciting as I had led you all to believe.
Right.
Is it?
Now, being on the show, being so long, and you've had so many storylines, what's your favorite storyline? Do you remember them, or do they just sort of come and go?
Sometimes I watch old tapes of the shows and I think, what am I going to do next? Because I have absolutely no idea that I even shot the show. It's been so long, sometimes I don't remember the story. But I think my favorite story has been the falling in love of Michael and Lauren. Because they weren't supposed to fall in love, and Kevin, his brother, was obsessed with Lauren, and they both came together to try and help his brother, and they ended up with this wonderful love story. And they both have been crazy, they both have been the mean characters, and now they've come together as kind of the hero and the heroine with an edge.
Now, that's my favorite Lauren. Bitchy Lauren, back in the day? Remember
love
Bitchy Lauren?
Lauren.
Lauren's kind of mellowed out these days. She's a
little
family.
Too much.
Yeah.
A little too much if you ask me.
Little bitch got to be in there somewhere,
Oh,
right?
believe me, it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What
It
do we
can come
gotta-
out anytime.
When can we get the bitchy Lauren back? Do we need to bring Beth Maitland back on the show?
Oh, yeah, totally. And she's back this week shooting. I just shot this morning,
Uh-huh.
so it could happen.
I want to see the bitchy Lauren. There was
And
a
Beth
time
and
when
I
she
are
was
really
like,
close.
you were like
so-
the bully to Tracey.
You know what? I really was. I was terrible. See, that was hard for me. The bitchy Lauren's fun.
The bitchy Lauren's
Yeah,
fun.
that's fun.
What's the story? All right, so your favorite storyline was you and Michael. You enjoy the bitchy thing and you remember everything after 25 years, but yet you say you have ADD and a motorcycle.
And a motorcycle.
ADD and a loud motorcycle here
Right,
to pick you up.
Exactly. That's my new boyfriend. Sorry. Right?
Has there ever been a scene on Y&R that you didn't want to do? Like, we know
Yes.
there was a guy on the show, I'm not remember the old Adam, that it was rumored, I'm not sure if it's true, maybe you can clarify it or not, that didn't want to do gay storylines, so he quit, and
Yeah.
then another
It
actor came in.
actually is
That is
true.
true?
Yeah.
That's weird, because that wasn't really even a gay storyline that they came
No,
into
it wasn't. And I was so proud of our show for doing a storyline like that. I really was.
Yeah.
And I was very surprised that that was his choice. But everybody has a choice.
Uh-huh.
And he chose to leave. And
So,
It's okay.
what is something that you were told to do or asked to do, but you were like, that's a little bit...
well, I'll tell you, you talk about the Tracy Abbott bully storyline. Beth Maitland was my best friend from the time we started together. And so she played a girl who was struggling with her weight, and my character made fun of her for the way. And there were some lines that were so hurtful and so hard for me to say, not only because she was struggling with the same thing in real life, but on top of it, it's my best friend. And I know we were crying about it in the dressing room prior to having to do it. So it was really, really difficult. But she got me back because there was a scene where she had to dump an ice cream sundae on my head. And she was so happy to do it, and I was picking nuts out of my hair for 3 days. That's all I can say. She smushed it so, and you know, good on her.
Wow, that must have been tougher. I would love to talk to you about that, because I remember there was a story back in the day with Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze on Saturday Night Live. Remember that, when he had to do the stripper scene?
Oh my God, one of the greatest scenes ever.
But apparently that was very hard on Chris Farley, because although he was the funny man,
Right.
he had body issues and he really didn't want to do...
Oh, wow.
Did you not hear the story? He really didn't want to do that, and he talked about it before he died, about how embarrassed and how
I never
to
heard
do that scene.
part.
Yeah, we all laughed at it, but when I read that, I was like, I feel bad now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just ruined that for me too. No, I'm kidding. I hear you on that.
That's what I'm here to do.
terrible. Yeah. You just spread sunshine wherever you go, right?
You have a couple new projects, though.
I do.
You're entering a new medium.
I am.
Tell us about Empire the Musical.
Oh, I can't wait to tell you about Empire the Musical. So I'm part of the producing team of a musical going to Broadway called Empire, and it's all about how the Empire State Building came to be in the 1930s in New York, and how it was in competition with the Chrysler Building. And what a lot of people don't know is the contractor was a woman, and that it had to be built in 14 months, and it was. 14 months. You couldn't even get a permit to build it today in 14 months. Right?
And it's still the test of time, too.
Right, so we're almost finished funding, and then we'll go to Broadway, and I hope everybody will go see it, because it's really an inspiring story. It's beautiful, and it's a love story.
So that's got to be exciting for you. Is it? Have you ever done Broadway before, or anything to do with?
No, I mean, here's how close I got to Broadway. My great uncle is Julie Stein, who wrote Funny Girl and Gypsy. That's as close to Broadway as I've ever gone, besides seeing Broadway.
Okay.
So this is my first foray.
Any ideas of going to Broadway or doing a guest appearance in the musical?
No,
Does that scare you?
No, I'd like to sell it. That's why I'm not singing in it.
Oh, no.
I'd like people to go see it.
You can sing. I remember on Young the Restless.
In the shower.
No. Didn't you sang on Young the Restless
I did,
Tracey?
but that doesn't mean I can. Yeah.
They didn't have auto-tune back then, so it was a real voice.
That's right, honey. That's right. Let me tell you.
Right?
I was rough.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't remember it being rough. Also, you're producing a couple things. Vengeance and...
I am. Vengeance
an Alias,
is an Alias. So Vengeance is a dark superhero story. And then Alias is a comedy. So I'm going behind the scenes while still working on Y&R. And
how long do you plan on being on Y&R? Are you going to stick it out to the end like Catherine Chancellor?
Yeah, I don't see why not. If they want me,
right.
It is still, after all these years, my happy place. I drive in the driveway and I'm like, I get to do what I love.
Yeah, I hope you do, and I'm gonna keep watching it.
Thank you.
But I want to see your new stuff too. So it gives you a chance to go off and do new projects. I know they say a soap opera actress or actor's life is hard because there's no reruns and it's a new script every day.
That's right.
So it's hard to go off and do like a 3-month project or whatever. But if you're able to produce and do other things, I'm sure it'll be successful.
Well, the good news about ADD is that you can multitask like nobody's business, right?
All right, you want to play a game with us, Lauren?
All right.
Look, you want to play a game with us, Lauren?
Answer to anything. Answer to anything.
All right, when we come right back.
Delicious.
There we go. Well done. When we come back, we're going to play a game with Tracey Bregman.